Hello. So this video is to help with Git problem and to create a Git repository and merge it with your local project. So usually people go straight to their IDE and link through their IDE, but it's a problem here because there are a lot of different configuration methods and people have issues connecting, and it can really be a pain. So the easiest way is to, first of all, go to Git. So you can simply just type Git download on your browser. It's a bit slow. So you can quickly type Git download on your browser, and then it should take you to a Git page. So when the results are out, you should click the first one, which should then take you to this page. You download the Windows version if you're on Windows, Mac version if you're on Mac, and Linux if you're on Linux. Now I'm on Windows, so I'm going to go Windows. So for Windows, you're just going to choose your system version here. Is it a 64-bit or a 32-bit? If it's a 64, go 64, 32, go 32. So you click the download and it's going to download it. As you can see, I've already downloaded mine. You should, when it downloads, you click it to open it and you follow the installation procedure. When it's done installing, you will close the window and then you come to your GitHub account and you will open your GitHub account. So you log in. You take it to your dashboard. If you already have repositories, they are going to show up on the left sidebar. If not, it's going to be pretty much empty. So we should create a new repository and then connect it to our local project. So we are going to create by clicking the new and then, fill in the repository name. So we can do test one, right? And then you can just put in the description here, this project connected to Git. Yeah. So you can also set whether it's public or private. And as you can see, it says if it's public, anyone on the internet can see this repository. If it's private, you can choose who can commit and see. For now, we'll leave it in public since we want everyone to see. And then you can initialize this with a readme file, or you can leave it blank, either way. So let's just leave it blank. Okay. And then you can put git ignore first. For now, we'll leave that. And you can add a license, we'll also ignore that for now. And we'll just click create repository. So you should have something like this. Don't be confused. What you're looking for here is this particular section. So if you are using SSH, you will just click there and this link is going to change. If you're using HTTPS, which is what we're going to use, you should use this. Now, on your machine, you should open gitbash. Gitbash automatically install when you install the Git. So when you type gitbash, you should show up. So you should open it, and you automatically select your default. That's your default user. Okay. So what you want to do next is get into a repository, a directory where you want your document to be, or whichever repository you're created. So let's say, for example, we create a new project here. So we can create a new project. And then we create a new project. Let's just create a let's just create a Java FX project. Let's put demo. Now let's put, now most of you, if it's your first time, you have IntelliJ IJ project as your default folder or package. But let's say I want to use another folder. So let's say I want it to be in the document. I want it to be under my certificates. Okay. So let me create a repository. I mean a package. So document. I just created a dummy package here. So let's say Java and select it here. So if we come here, you should have Java. So select that. I will click OK to set our default location. And we're just going to leave this pretty much the same, since it's an example project. And I'll click next, and we'll simply select controls and click next. This window, let's go new window. Okay. So it's initializing and it's creating Git repository simultaneously. My browser is already configured to create a Git repository. So, and I also selected the Git, creating Git repository when selecting. I'm not sure if you saw that. So if I do new project, as you see, it was pre-selected in creating Git repository. So it's one of the requirements for you to pre-select this to create Git repo when creating. So if you didn't, please close this project and then initialize this, select this. It's going to automatically create a Git repo for you. So it's going to convert this folder, the Java folder here, into a Git repo. And okay, this demo into a Git repo. Okay, so what we want to do is navigate in our gitbash. So go to gitbash, the terminal, go to gitbash and navigate. And to navigate to a folder, you do cd. Now to find all the folder which are located in this, you just do the so you're going to see all. So this is them. We have, so our own is in a document, so we are going to do cd document, and we're inside the document. So that we type here the IR, you will see our Java should be somewhere here. There we go. Here's our Java here. So we have to go inside Java, and so we are going to do cd Java. And now we are inside our Java. If we type dir, you're going to see that we have one folder there. Okay. Now we should also go inside our demo. We're going to do cd demo. And then now we are within our demo. Now that's where we want to be, in our root folder of our project. Okay. So because you're going to have multiple projects within your Java file, your Java file, and you want to go within the project that you want to connect to Git. So what we are going to do is so we can do git help, okay, to get basic git help functions. And then say we want to connect to a remote, we can find some some helpful tip here. But if you don't find the helpful tip, so for example here, you cannot see any tip helpful. So we are going to try to, first of all, add all the changes. So we can do git status C. So these are files that have been detected by Git but are not yet committed. So committing is adding any file to our local repository. So in order to commit, we'll do git add, right, all, and then we'll do git commit with a space with a dash m, that's -m, space, and our message. So we initial commit within parentheses, and you'll press enter. So it's going to create all these documents within our local repo. And then we are going to try to push it. Now, I'm not sure it will go because we are yet to commit. We are yet to connect this local repo to the main repo. So if we try to do git push, you see we have an error. But now, in order to push, we need to connect our repo, to our local repo, to the remote repo. So we're going to use this syntax here, which states git add. So git remote add, the name of the repository we want to add, and so, right, the name of the repository we want to connect to. How do we get? So how do we get there? We'll go back to our key. So it will be the name of the repo that we created, which is test1. Yeah, right. And then we are going to do the URL. Now the URL is this. Okay, this URL here. So you come, make sure it's in HTTP, not SSH. HTTP, and then you come here and you paste it in there. Okay, and then you click that. Wait, and then if you try to push, it's going to give you an error because you're supposed to set up remote, right? So let me show you what I'm talking about. So git push, you're going to tell you to use another format, which is that. So we are going. So this is what we are going to use. Set up the upstream. So we're going to use git push set upstream, right? The name of our repo, test1, then our default branch, which is master. Okay, and then when we click enter, it says, okay, I made a mistake there. So it's supposed to be set, not SST. So set upstream. Did you mean set upstream? Yeah. Okay, so you see, very important, we need to follow exactly the instruction. So even a single miss of a letter here can cause problem. So any single miss of character will cause an issue. So make sure that this instruction is as specific as possible. And that's the only downside when you compare to use to version control here on your IDEs, because you can simply just go to the file, git, and then you perform commit, push, and stuff if it's already connected. But if it's not, and sometimes it can really be a pain to get that up and running, the best solution is to use Git. It is easier once you get this. Those also good part is their instructions, their help instructions, and as you can see, when I try to do something, it will make sure I have done the previous requirements, and it will give us instructions on how to accomplish that. So when I press enter now, right, so if Fatal does not appear to be a Git repository. Okay. So test one, just please make sure you have the current access right and repository exists. Okay. So let's fix that. What does it say? Test one. That's test one. This is Git. Let's see. Git. Get. Set URL. Yes. Interesting. Yes. Maybe that's the same thing. Okay. Okay. It's probably my internet connection. Test one. Push. Set. Test one. I put test one. If you can see up here, it says spelling error. It's supposed to test one and then master. Okay, so if I click enter now, let's see. All right, so it's working. As you can see, it is loading. So there we go. It is working. And now, if we go to our Git repository and refresh, you should see that it has committed. So I have a little bit slow internet. So it's slow. Okay, there we go. So there is everything we are looking for. And then if you go to Java and look at demo, see, it's exactly the same thing. So basically, you have committed the changes to this branch. Now you can also create a branch. So we can do git branch. Git one. So let me see. Let me get the ID of the last commit. Okay, here's the ID. So this is the ID, I think, of the last commit right here at the side. You can copy that, and then we can create a branch within this. And so we can, from our local machine, we can do git branch. B, right? And then the branch name, so we can do test2, and then the branch ID from which we want to create a new branch from. If you don't want to create a new branch from another branch, you can just leave it like that and create. So, but now we want to create a new branch from the master branch. Okay. Oh. So, excuse me. Okay. Let me just quickly navigate cd document /java. Yeah. And then it's in the master branch where we git branch where we git branch B. Branch B. Test2 as our branch name. And then we want to paste. There we go. There we go. We have it now. Branch. Switch B. Oh, okay. It's supposed to be checkout. Checkout. Make sure. There we go. So it's supposed to be git checkout B test2, right? And then we have, so you see, it has switched to a branch test2. And we created this test2 from the master. And so we are going to try to commit this git commit, right? With our commit message, initial test to commit. Okay, I said nothing to commit, and so we can do git. So we try to push, we'll get an error. So we need to set up this test2 in the repository. In order to do that, we need to do this command first. So we'll do git push set upstream test1 and then test2, right? So it's now pushing our local git branch to our main git repo, and it is done. So if we check now, we go to our git page. If you check, okay, if you refresh this page, you should get a message telling you that a recent branch. There we go. See that? That's test2. So 2 branches, and that's our test2. You can just click on test2, and we can create a pull request in our test2. Okay. So I think that's how you create a branch. and that's how you connect your local project to the GitHub repository. So you can commit using the git commit, you push using the git push. In order, when you make a change, you need to add the file to Git. In order to do that, you need to do a git add. So, and then you just put a space all. What's going to do, it's going to add all files which have not yet been added to the version control system. So it's going to add them. If you do, it's going to simply just add all of them. You can also use git status to check your working branch status. For now, you say your branch is up to date. So if we take something, say let's delete this one. Okay, let's just move it out. Let's go. Oh, better still. Let's create a new. Just say Excel file. Yes. Right. If we do git status, see, contract file git test. Contract file test dot, that's a XLSX. So in order to add that file to the version control system, so git add, it should be git add then file name, but we want to just add all, which is mostly what you'll be doing. You can just do git add dot. And now if you do git status, you see that it's been added, right? And now you can commit git commit m. When you do the m, you can put the message. Without the m, you don't have the message. You can do git commit dash m Excel file change, and then we can just now when we commit it, we need to push, so we can do git push, right? And then it's going to push this to our local to our remote repository. There. So when it's your first time to I forgot this in the start of the video. When it's your first time to open Git, you're going to have to log in. Important to log in first. So if you're facing the problem up to this end, I am terribly sorry. So you have to log in. So if you go to our remote repository, you see, you say there's two recent have a push. So you can compare and create a pull request, right? So when you compare, you see that it's not the same. You can add description of different things here. You can do just anything. So you can just create a pull request. So what happens is it requests to merge the two changed direct the changes in this particular branch. So you get this, and then checking for ability to merge automatically. So Git performs that ability to merge and make sure that there are no conflicts. So when it's okay, it's going to give you the okay, and it's going to say merge pull requests. So it's going to merge the two, right? And you see after merge, except by chain, and then you've merged, right? Now if you go back to you go back to test zone. Excel file should add it. So yes, there we go. Excel file is added. So for now, those are the basics. In order to get more, use Google to try to solve any problem you encounter. Again, if you your GitHub account. So if they ask you to log in, you have to log in using your GitHub account. Right. Thank you very much and hope this helps.